Hello everyone. So in this video, we're going to be doing picking some values from a list. So basically, like for example, I can give you you have 10 people that are looking to that, and it's guaranteed. Like say 10 people buy a lottery ticket, and in the lottery ticket, basically is there's two people that are guaranteed to win. Um, the first person who wins, and each person can has to buy at a specific time, so they can't all buy at the same time. So they have a time where they can buy it. So randomly given a time. So if the first person wins, like say they win 60% of the pool of money. So it's $1 million or something. And then the second person wins 40%. So how would we do that? Basically, what I want to do is there's just no, you have a list of 10 numbers, and you want to just see like what combinations you can make. What are the combinations? Okay, this, and the order does matter in this case. Um, so yeah, let's get started. First, we can do it like in a kind of systematic way, knowing exactly which values to choose as to put into our basically all of our options. But we're going to do a little bit different route. We're going to use the random package in Python. So first things first, we're going to do imports. So import random. And again, I'm using Sublime text on the left side, and then using a terminal running the bash command. So it's already loaded, preloaded. Um, it's pointing to the directory in which the script is. So let's see. Let's first define our list of people. So everyone has a number. So 1 through 10. So I could be like number 4 or something, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a set. Example set is going to be set. So this is just defining an empty set, right? So first we can see like how many possible combinations could you have. So like if you had the first value is 1, the next value can be 2 through 10. So you have 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 5, 1, 6, 1, 7, 1, 8, 1, 9, 1, 10. This there's 9 total values here. So the total values that could be total combinations that could happen is 9 times 10. So we have 10 values here. So 9 times 10. So this is going to be, we're going to do a while loop. So since we're using the random function. So let's do that. So we'll do while, and you can call length of your set, example set, not, we will do not equal to 90. Okay. So we're going to be just adding to our set as long as we don't hit 90. So once we hit 90, then we stop. So what we're going to do first is get our first index. So we're going to randomly get the index. So we'll call random dot rand int 0 through 9. 0 through 9 is the index of our list. So yeah, so and then this is our first value. Our second value is b index equals 0 and 9. And then so there is that case where you could have the b index be exactly the same value as a index, which we don't want. We want the index values to be different. So we can do while a index equals b index. If it does equal this, it'll go into the while loop. Otherwise, you want to just pick a different index you want to just pick another random value. And then this will just keep going until it finds a different value, and then it'll exit from the while loop. Okay. Now, in order to get the first value from our list, we can do this. First value equals x, and then a index, and then second value is going to be x, and then at b index, right? Now, here's something interesting. Since we're using a set, we cannot put arrays into the sets. So what we're going to do is a little bit of manipulation here. So I'm going to do a comment in here. So if our first value is anything less than anything other than 10, and then the second value is 10, we need to take into account the multiplier. So we have like 1 and 10, for example. So we want to put into our array 110. So the pattern is you take 1, you multiply by 100, and then you add by 10. So that's the case that 10 is the second value. What about if we had like 6 and 7, right? 6 and 7. You want to put in 67. So our pattern would be 6 multiplied by 10 plus the 7, right? So there's two cases, right? So either 10 would be the second value. In that case, you have to take your first value, multiply it by 100, and then add your 10. Or you multiply by 10, and then you do the same thing, you add the first value, or the second value. So those are the two cases that you need to take a look into account. So let's add that. So let's set up our value to add. It's going to be 0. And then we can say if our second value equals 10, we're going to do this. We're going to do value to add equals the first value multiplied by 100. Then else, so this is the change. This is what's different between the two. So either multiplying by 100 or multiplying by 10. This is the same, adding the second value, which is the same for both cases. So we're going to do value to add equals first value multiplied by 10. Yeah. Or actually, you can just set this for, you could just do this first value. And then you can do in here, you can do value to add multiplied by 100. And same here, value to add multiplied by 10. Right? And then now what we're going to do is value to add equals value to add plus our second value. And now what we can do is we're going to add it to the set. So once we add it to the set, it will, the quality of a set is that, it's going to be unique values only. And then once it hits 90, you know that you did all your combinations. And 90 is kind of a constant, but you can kind of make that out. So like the total combinations will be, in this case, we have 2. It will be like, it will be the length. It will be kind of like, it'll be the length of x multiplied by length of x minus 1, to kind of make it more generic. Yeah, so now what we're going to do is we're going to add to our set. So we're going to add value to add, and then it'll keep going until it hits 90. And the last thing what we can do is just print it out. Print out our example set. Right? Save it. Now that's good. And now what we're going to do is we're going to run our script. So and then we'll hit enter. Oh yeah, so we're missing this double equals. This should be a double equals. Here, comparison. Clear it. No, hit run. Oh, I have to save it. Let me save it. Clear. Hit run. Okay, so these are our values. You can see all the combinations that happen. In the case that there's 10 is the second value, you get 810, 310. If that 10 is not the second value, you get like 91, 92. So it's kind of like making it compact and kind of getting around the fact that you can't put a list into a set. So yeah. Hope you found this video helpful. Any comment suggestions would be really, really helpful for me. Thank you and see you in the next video.